Hi, I'm Sam Brown. I'm here at Middlestone Farm. I've been here for 3 years, and we kind of do a wide variety, pretty diverse farm. We've got chickens for meat and for eggs. We've got pigs. We are a goat dairy farm. We do turkeys for Thanksgiving, and then we do a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Kind of have a CSA, which you can see they're setting up behind us. It's a community shared agriculture. Folks come and pick up their shares every Tuesday. If somebody had told me I'd be farming 10 years ago, I think I probably would have laughed at them.
There we go.
Yep. Maybe you can explain what you're doing.
Okay. So this is our salad spinner here. We're just taking our old Clean Touch 8-cycle washing machine, and we've gutted it out, and we sterilize it and clean it really well before we spin it each time. Throw the lettuce in there, throw it on our spin cycle, and voila.
Hi, my name is Becky, and I'm here at Meadowstone Farm working away, and I am weeding Greenhouse 1, and this is where we grow our herbs. Right in front of me is cilantro, and then we have dill, and there's sage, and then basil behind me. And weeding is a constant game for me. It's about taking things out that are going to hinder the plants, and allowing the plants to take the nutrients out of the soil so they get bigger. I actually like weeding because I feel like I can weed out parts of my life as I'm weeding the farm, and it's kind of meditative.
Our goal is to be, I guess, an agricultural center for the community. So not only provide organic vegetables and produce and meat and cheese, but also to be a place where people can come and ask questions and learn, and our goal is to sort of educate as well.
And I've been a part of the CSA for this year only, but we've been coming to Tim now for several years. We live here in Littleton, and we really want to support the local farmers. Everything now has to be local. And furthest you should get away is just regional. We really don't want to see purchasing from foreign countries, especially China.
Always done agriculture as a family, so that it's been really important to us. But to see the community now interested in what we're doing, as well as what other farms are doing, the movement in the last 4 years that I've seen and that we've been involved with farmers markets and farm stand has been exponential. The catchphrase local, organic, all of those words were kind of unfamiliar to people in the past, and I think it is important in going local for the country for sustainability.
Dalton, Hampshire, and our family runs the Dalton Valley Farm.
and we've been running the farm at our present site for the last 3 years.
Do you help your dad farm a little with the growing and the picking? Yeah, do you like it? Yeah?
But I mean, what we do is and again, we're really a pretty small operation. We have about 1/4 of an acre in production. We also are dabbling into some blueberries and raspberries at this time. So, you know, we've got a couple things in the fire, but even with 1/4 acre, people might think, well, that's not very big. Well, it's when you're having to use organic means to get rid of pests and weeds, there's a lot of work. So.
I'm Luther Kinney. This is my wife Zora. We run Luther and Zora's farm in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire. We're a certified organic farm, and we've been growing for 10 years here. I think for us, the organic and local is we're bringing the food supply back to our local areas, more manageable practices that are more sustainable for the wildlife, for humans, for our environment. And being local also gives us better control of our food supply.
And having also the local places to sell it, which really helps a lot.
Hi, my name is Nat Tripp, and I've been here since 1973. We found that sheep were definitely the best thing for this land. If you look around, you can see there are a lot of low places here, a lot of wet places. We've done a lot to improve the farm. That farm there, that field there had drains put in it, and the ditches have been dug out and stuff. But it's pretty wet, just the same. This place was really run down when we bought it. It belonged to a real outlaw horse trader. Sheriff was always out here. But we loved the barn. Barn was built in about 1830. Hey girls, come on. Somebody here I want you to meet. There you go.
Hi, I'm Eric Skofsted, and I operate Joe's Brook Farm with my wife Mary Skofsted, and we've lived here for 5 years, and we've farmed here this is year 3. And Joe's Brook Farm is about 2.5 acres in production, 5 acres of land that we rotate with, and we have 4 hoop houses, and we grow organic vegetables and strawberries. That's a moving greenhouse, so it will roll. So the greenhouse rolls a section at a time, and as one section is freed up behind, we move it to the front, and we can just keep rolling it along our field. Local agriculture creates a better community in a lot of ways, through the health of the food, but also through, its contributions very directly to the economy.
So the question of, is the local food movement more of an elitist kind of movement? And I found that to the contrary in my 10 years of farming here. And good quality food is something that seems to go across all levels of our society, and especially folks who are native to northern New England have always had gardens. They appreciate the fresh peas and the fresh tomatoes and things like that. And I've always found the people coming to our farm stand over the years, it's been a pretty wide mix of people. When the Littleton Food Co-op opened, I think there was a lot of fear and among some people that it was going to be too expensive, that they wouldn't be able to shop there. And the interesting thing is, over the last 2 years, I've talked with a lot of people in Littleton and around Franconia and Sugar Hill who found that the Littleton Food Co-op, and actually in the produce and meat section, is cheaper than Shaw's in a lot of categories. So Not to mention that you're getting things that are more locally sourced. They're fresher, they last longer, they taste better. So.
More nutrition. Yeah, absolutely.
I had just gotten back from Vietnam in 1969. You know, the economy was very bad. Then the Arab oil crisis struck. It looked like the days of cheap oil were over, and probably the days of cheap food too. And even though those things didn't really happen then, they're really happening now. And so my thinking is the same as it was back then. I think that we're going to have to relearn how to make food for the world as well as ourselves. And a part of that is that the big corn farmers out west should not be feeding SUVs with ethanol. We're going to have to do our best to feed the world. And I mean, look at what's happening in Africa. And we shouldn't be feeding so much corn to our cattle, and we should be relying much more on locally grown food just for economic reasons as well as health reasons. The obesity in our country, the malnutrition in one of the richest countries in the world is tragic. Big. I also think that the spiritual thing is really big too. It puts you in closer touch with the planet and what it means to be alive, to raise your own food or see it raised, know where it comes from. I think it's going to come back more. This is just the beginning.